OMG.
Check
I
these out.
am a foodie, and I know that so many of our QVC family are foodies as well. You go to the market, how expensive are the biggest heirloom tomatoes? And here's the thing, you know, my husband's from Austria. They have amazing tomatoes, you know, like everything like straight from the farms. When I live in America, I get tomatoes that have zero taste, zero flavor, right? And then you try a delicious, straight from the farm, like picked off the stem tomato that is sweet and delicious, and you're like, I will never try those other tomatoes again, because that has no flavor. So this is getting it is a 4-piece, compact, tasty container tomato. I'm excited that they're heirlooms. I mean, Katie, I have seen these in the stores, in the farmer's market. They are this big, and they are expensive. So tell me about these. I'm excited to try these.
So you're getting 4 different plants, and we'll go through the different varieties, but what I want to tell you about all of them is that they are more compact. So newer breeding, which we just talked about on our goldenrod, is going to smaller spaces. You may still have...
But still enough tomatoes.
Oh, which, smaller plant does not mean smaller tomatoes.
I asked you that, right? I was like, well, does compact
question.
mean I'm going to get compact tomatoes? No.
You still have the big tomatoes. These plants get to be about 3 feet tall.
Huge,
and
gorgeous.
I would still recommend staking them.
Because
of course you don't need the stakes for the plant itself. It's not going to flop over. But look at these. I mean,
you're getting all 4 varieties. I feel like I'm in a country farm. Okay. It shouldn't be cottage farm. It's a country market.
We'll start with let's start with the Tasmanian chocolate, because this is going to be a juicy chocolate tomato.
That's my favorite
classic
one.
Me too. Me too.
When I go to the
those
farmer's
purple
market.
tomatoes that are perfect for slicing. They're good for BLTs, classic tomato sandwiches. They have a little bit more of a sweet flavor to them.
I'm gonna try a little piece here. Okay, so how would you describe this one?
So the Tasmanian
Look
chocolate,
at how much juice there is.
Juicy, so juicy, and has more of a sweet flavor than the others. I know. Don't let it drip down your chin.
Well, I want to show them how much it's dripping.
Look at that.
It's really hard to describe. If you've never tasted tomatoes like this, because trust me, the ones at the store have no flavor.
No flavor. I know. Believe me, we had tacos for Taco Tuesday last night, and I was cutting. It felt like a plastic tomato. I was cutting to put on.
They're like almost white.
The worst, but you know, that's
Look at
what
this.
summer
Look at the
is
color of
all
this.
about.
Okay. All right. Go on.
You get that summer goodness from your delicious homegrown tomatoes, and they are full sun and
sweet. They're almost sweet.
Sweet sun. I mean,
juicy.
Juicy. If you have not eaten something that you have grown yourself to, there's a pride to it.
Yeah. Oh,
like,
it's exciting.
It's like cooking for yourself.
Yes.
You just feel better about it.
Kind of one of the reasons why I like to garden is like I want like a benefit and a reward, right? So whether it's like tomatoes or fruits or vegetables or a flower, I want to see that, right? And so you're going to see it, and you're going to get all 4 of those.
Oh my gosh.
How does it,
So we talked about the Tasmanian chocolate. That one is going to be that really sweet one. You also get the classic red. It's called Home Slice. That one is bred for high yields in small spaces.
I can't stop eating this, by the way.
Eat away. We have plenty. It's going to be that classic tomatoes for sandwiches or for slicing. Then you get your yellow. Sean's yellow. A yellow tomato, but it's big, not a cherry tomato. You are getting a nice big tomato. Doesn't have too much acidity though. I think that's one of the problems with our yellow tomatoes is that they're too acidic. This one is not super tangy or too tart. It's got a nice balanced flavor. And then finally we've got our last tomato, which is a kind of a yellow red. It's one of those like middle, we're cutting it in the middle, and it's again a great classic one for slicing. These are all your big tomatoes, your heirloom tomatoes that you can't find at the grocery store. And if you are finding them, like you said, at your farmer's market, they're so expensive.
They're so expensive. And then finally that yellow. Okay, let's cut into these because I love this. This is the bountiful buffet that you are going to get with 4 different colors of heirloom tomatoes. Can you imagine? Oh my God, like cutting this from the garden and then serving this like on, you know, what is that one called? The bruschetta? Like,
oh yeah, tomato mozzarella.
Is it like bruschetta or
Yeah,
something?
there's
like
bruschetta.
Bruschetta and like a tomato mozzarella kind of
The
assortment.
balsamic glaze.
Yes,
You've got a
yes.
tomato salad. That is like the
best
largest BLT I
you've
have ever seen.
Yep.
But it looks fabulous. Just regular roasted tomatoes. I love doing just roasted tomatoes.
You could probably even like dry these tomatoes
You
and
could
turn it into
dry them.
sun-dried tomatoes.
Yes, because you will get tomatoes.
the yellow one. Okay.
The yellow one's beautiful. They do come home. Tomatoes are an annual, so which means that all the tomatoes that you get is in one season.
Okay.
So you get these home, put them in a pot or put them in the ground. Either way, you get all 4 varieties. So maybe 4 different pots. I do suggest staking them in some way. So if you have a bamboo pole or if you have a traditional tomato cage, put it over it now because before it gets too big to do. I know,
Katie,
so good.
we just brought these in. There's only 2,800 to go around, and I am so enjoying. I love that every single one. You got to cut up the other ones because this is my first time presenting Cottage Farms, but it's also the first time I'm trying these tomatoes, and every single tomato has a different flavor.
Yes. Yep.
Okay, so I just had this yellow. What's this one called? Yeah.
This is a werewolkai, actually. It's a New Zealand heirloom. So this one is more of that yellow-red flavor. So
I've never seen a yellow-red.
So cool.
What does this taste like?
So this one is going to be a little sweeter. And,
I like sweet.
Yep, sweet and juicy. They're all super
little
juicy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cut you a little piece there.
I've
Don't
never
want your
seen the
fingers to get
yellow
caught
and the
in there.
red there. Okay. And then we haven't even gotten to the final one.
They get it.
All
I
right.
know. The home slice, the original.
Is that the
kinda
original?
Classic.
Yeah.
It's still going to be a nice, big, juicy tomato, but it's more of your classic red. I know. So this one is, you cut into it, you can see, it's just gonna be nice and red and juicy. Look at that, you can see all
Why
of
do
those
people like heirloom tomatoes? I love heirloom tomatoes because I think they're just gorgeous and they feel very special and they have a different taste than any other tomato.
But unfortunately with heirlooms, they don't have, so lots of tomatoes that you see in your grocery store are bred to be able to ship across the country, ship across the world. So they need a really thick skin and they need a long shelf life. I do not need that with my homegrown tomatoes. I don't want a thick skin and I don't care about the shelf life because I am going to eat them as soon as they come off the vine. So the heirloom tomatoes don't work great for that reason in our grocery stores, and I think that's why we love them so much, because they're actually bred for taste.
I was going to say, have you ever had fresh tomato juice?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's a great idea.
Never drink a canned tomato juice. You can juice these as well.
Great
and
idea.
each one has a different flavor. Can you see that? Well, we cut them all open for you. All the different things that you're gonna, oh my goodness, I love Italian food, but look at this bountiful buffet.
Yep.
You're getting all 4 of these colors and, my goodness, varieties. And then here it is. And I just tasted, oh my gosh. I think the favorite one was this first one.
I know, the Tasmanian chocolate.
Yeah.
Me too.
You had me at Tasmanian chocolate.
And they're so easy to grow. My only tip is full sun. Tomato, besides, you know, we talked about containers.
I love the texture.
Full sun.
Delicious. Oh my goodness. They're so good. I'm like, could you save me those tomatoes? They're so delicious. Okay, brand new today, exciting